I just arrived to the Amboy Crater out in the Mojave Desert. It is located, I would say, 2 hours east of Barstow, right next to the old Route 66. And today I'm going to climb the crater, we're going to check it out, and just have a wonderful day. You might be able to see the train. And I believe they have 2 tracks, so trains can go in both directions. And behind the last wagon, we might be able to see the former town Amboy. It's still a town, I think, but it's more like a ghost town. Anyway, let's go up to the viewing point. I would say the view is nice. And when I'm looking at the crater from a distance, it doesn't look that big. But I have a feeling it would be kind of tough to walk up and down. According to a sign I saw, they say you need to have 3 hours in order to go to the top and come back safely and bring gallons of water. And that's exactly what I'm doing. I have a backpack and I filled it up with water. So let's start the hike. Right in the beginning of the trail, they give you the usual information. They say allow yourself a minimum of 3 hours hiking time. And it's about a mile to the crater. And this is probably the most important sign. They warn you, drink water and bring water. And try not to hike. That's basically what you're saying. But, you know, we came to this place, we have no choice. We just need to go to the crater no matter what. And I think this is the starting point. I would say the only bad thing in this area would be these annoying trains. I mean, they are literally coming every 5 minutes in both directions. And you hear them 20 miles away, easily. Especially a day like this, when there is no wind. And if you're overheating, you can sit down and just relax. I think the key for a great hiking success is not to stress. Don't stress. The California desert area is among the best in the world, I'm guessing. There are so many things to explore and enjoy. And a good time to go out is, of course, early in the morning, but also, say, a couple of hours before the sun is gone in the evenings. Can be nice. We are definitely coming closer. And this was also a nice attraction in the 1950s and 60s when people came to California on Route 66. People stopped in Amboy and they could see this crater from town, so they just had to go up and check it out, of course. But when they built the I-40, the Interstate 40, that changed because you could no longer see the crater from the highway. Here and there, the ground is full of these flat plants. I don't know the name of them, but at least you can agree they are flat. And thousands of small ants are crawling everywhere. We are definitely gaining altitude. And I think the top is near. Okay. Whew. It's not too bad. It could be worse. You just have to slow down and take a sip of water in between. I guess we have to make a decision. We can go up to the left or continue on the rim to the right. But I'm interested in the center as well. So let's start at the bottom of this crater. Whew. Suddenly a white pelican is passing. I know you will not be able to see that, but he's coming back. What is he doing? Hello, pelican. All right, this is the opening in, and I guess this is the crater floor itself, or as they call it, the lava lake. It's definitely an interesting place. I think it's deeper on the other side. Oh yeah, look at this. This is interesting. And of course, when people come to a place, they have to build something. And they built circles. I don't know what that means, but anyway, that's what they did. I moved to this side because of the light. By the way, the diameter of this crater is roughly 1,500 feet, and the height of the edges, the crater itself, is roughly 250 feet from the ground and up. And we are also on an elevation just below 1,000 feet. In case you're interested. And I think it's time to walk the rim. You cannot complain about this view. It's definitely magic. Again, the only thing ruining everything are these trains. Too many trains, they're too slow, they are too noisy. And like I said, they are passing every 5 minutes. I tried to find out when this erupted last time, but I'm not sure. I mean, it looks like we have numbers from a few thousand years ago up to 10,000 years ago. And I don't know if any of this is true, right? But let's just say it erupted a long time ago. I would say don't bring flip-flops if you want to walk on the ridge. You probably could use flip-flops in a theoretical sense, but it's not practical. You need hiking shoes. You might be able to see a few buildings down on the desert floor, and that is Amboy. The little town Amboy. And in the early days they had a railway station in town, a post office, a motel, a cafe, and a few other things. And most of that stuff is dead today. Also an airport, by the way, right next to the gas station. So you could land your plane, drag it to the gas station and fill up gas and then take off again. That's kind of interesting. This is pretty much halfway, I'm guessing. A small butterfly, wow. Maybe you saw that. And this is probably the worst part. I mean, you don't want to crash down on this slope. So I have to shut down the camera for a second. I have a few more minutes before I'm back where I started, down by the sign. And this is a nice hike. I can highly recommend it. And you know, they say 3 hours to be safe, and I believe that's true, because you want to enjoy your hike. You don't want to stress, and you definitely need to go down and check out the bottom of the crater, including the ridge. Maybe sit down and eat a sandwich or drink water or whatever you bring, right? So 3 hours is a fair statement. And this will be the last look at the crater itself. I am down at the bottom in 1 minute. So we say goodbye to the Amboy Crater and this beautiful landscape. And it's time to walk back to the parking lot. Amboy was created as a town in the mid 1800s. And today it's almost a ghost town. But there is an airport. And at some point in time they used it. Like I said, I think they had a train station. Trains are definitely passing town now. I mean, we have all these crazy big trains going up and down the track. But I don't know. I mean, it looks like not many people live in this historic town right next to Route 66. It's of course a perfect place to take really nice pictures. And we are looking at history. Roy's Motel and Cafe has been here for years. Another long train is passing. We can't escape these trains, I'm guessing. People are going in and out in this, let's call it the cafe building. And if you're thirsty, you can probably pick up a bottle of water or an ice cream or something else. And I guess it's possible to bike the entire Route 66 if you have the energy. This used to be the coolest car you could ever have. But now it's left as junk right next to the Roy's Motel sign. Well, by the way, take a look at the grill. It's a nice car. If you fix it, it will be a really cool ride. How about that? Anyway, they give us a few words about the history. You know, people moved from the East Coast to the Midwest, and then they passed the Mississippi River, and eventually there was a gold rush in California and everybody wanted to go west. And at some point they stopped in this town. The former motel is behind a fence, so I'm not sure what this is. If you could rent one of these, maybe. I'm thinking, I have no idea. It doesn't say anything. Let's check it out. Wow. I don't know if people lived in these detached homes or barracks, or I'm not sure what to call them. Well, there is a shower, toilet. It's basically one room. What is this? Famous anus cookies? I don't know. I have to cut this out. I will finish up my trip to the Amboy Crater and Amboy itself with a view of this Buddha. For some reason somebody put up a golden Buddha statue right next to the highway. And people are donating or sacrificing coins, rocks, an eyeball, and trash. I have no idea why they did it, but it's here. So with that said, over and out from this beautiful place. See you next time.